to add you to my newsletter, which also talks about what I'm doing, and it's a way to contact me. If I'm doing shows, I usually post them through all the different social media channels, and I do have some videos curated onto my personal website in addition to all the stuff I put out on YouTube.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And do keep in touch. Do come back and see us again. Everyone, Linda Marks. And here's the tune she mentioned a little earlier. It's called Simply Prayers.
It could be me. It could be you. It could be any one of us, parents, children too. No one is immune. Some are more at risk. We never ever had to live through a time like this. Prayers, hands clasped as one, asking for healing grace, sending love. Tears we do not know. Will our loved ones survive? Must we let them go? Just a matter of time before the beast grabs hold of a loved one, inflicts this damn disease. Masks and gloves and distance, the ambulance arrives. They're taken from us as we yearn to be by their side. There, on the front line, nurses and doctors working against time. Us, on the phone, separated, wondering, will our loved ones die alone? I never could imagine that there'd ever be a time I'd lose someone so close and dear and not get to say goodbye. Prayers, hands clasped as one, asking for healing grace, sending love. Peace we cannot know. Will our loved ones survive? Must we let them go? Will our loved ones survive? Must we let them go?
Linda Marks, Prayers, and that's part of a trilogy, actually, a triple album release that she is in the process of conducting. She had one show on August 1st, and she's got some more appearances coming up where she will be promoting her triple release. We also didn't get a chance to mention that you should also look for, if you're in the Northeast, the Rhode Island Folk Festival is coming up the end of the month. I think I don't have the dates right in front of me, but I think it's around the 25th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, or somewhere along in there. It's right near the end of the month. You can check that out online, and please do check out Linda's website and her other links that she has, especially if you want to hear more of her music, because that's the way to get it, know when it's coming, and how to find it. John Bon Jovial comments between songs here.
Oh, well, great having Linda back on with us again. The few times that we've had her on in the past, it's always been a very enjoyable and insightful conversation. So it really was an absolute pleasure to have her back in the fold again. It's been, a couple of years or so?
Yeah, almost to the day.
Yeah. And her music's always very uplifting. And it's obvious she puts a lot of thought into the lyrics.
A lot of heart. definitely
a lot of
comes
heart,
from
a lot
the
of
heart.
heart.
Absolutely. We want to get right on to our next guest because he is standing by, and we have some more great music, which is, we hope, the hallmark of the David Bowers Awards. So we'll roll the next tune right now as we wait to talk to Jangling Sparrows. This is Rain on the Rooftop. You can relate to that sound. You can almost hear, you can almost feel the rain as it comes down on that song. Very, very, very nicely musically structured, because you do get that feeling. So let's talk to Paul, the voice of Jangling Sparrows, right now. Hello, Paul.
Hey, what's up, man?
Same old stuff. You, as always, when you come on the show, you're what's up. How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Good to have you back on the show again. And great tune. I was, as you probably heard, remarking to John Bon Jovial that you can sense the feel of the rain from the music, the way you structured that. It's a great sound. How did you come up with that concept?
The song itself was one of the few that I actually wrote off of a drum part. So we were messing around in rehearsal, and my drummer played that beat, and we were just like on a break, and he was messing around, and he played that beat, and I was like, that's awesome. I went home and just wrote the song. I think like 2 weeks later, I was like, yo, I wrote this song off that beat. And he's like, I don't know if I remember that beat, but I was like, oh, I remember it. And so that's how that kind of got built around that. And then for me, it was just like, it was easier for me. I don't know if it was easier to write the song, but it was easier to think about context and content, because like the beat itself was like feeding me frame of mind and stuff like that. So that's kind of where that came from.
I can understand that, because, as I said, you get the feel from it just listening to it. So I can see where it could inspire you to come up with the theme line to it. It's a really nice tune. I like it, and it's from your latest album. Is that correct, Helicoaster?
Helicoaster is not officially out yet. So this is the second single from that's kind of up. Kind of getting on some Spotify playlists and things like that, so you can find it on all the streaming sites. I'm actually taking a break from doing the artwork for the CD right now.
Okay, and I'm not in trouble for mentioning the name of the album before it's released.
No, that's promotion. Absolutely.
Well, I'm really careful, because I know in this business, as in others, but in this business there are a lot of times there are embargoes on tunes and various other restrictions and that apply. And sometimes we get a tune in here where the artist will give it to us before release, and so we like to be careful. We don't want to step on anybody's toes or break any rules or anything. Glad to be able to help you to promote it. Is there any estimate of when we can look for this album?
What is it? Almost mid-August, I would say. Hopefully by early October.
Early October. Okay, folks, you'll be watching for Helicoaster by Jangling Sparrows. Should be out around early October or somewhere thereafter.
I mean, I would say that it'll be out earlier than that, but it won't be streaming until early October.
Gotcha. Okay, folks, start looking in September. You'll catch it sooner or later. And the group's name is Jangling Sparrows, so you can look them up online. As a matter of fact, we usually give you a couple of moments at the end to do some self-promotion, but since we've already touched on the subject, tell the folks how they can find you, the group, the music, and the whole nine yards.
Where can't you find me? I try to drive traffic to the website. It's just janglingsparrows.com. I'm sure it's no shocker, that the streaming sites, they don't pay.
I've heard rumors.
As much, even if you're buying a single, I'm still going to make a lot more money if you buy it from the website. So if you're interested, anyone interested, just do that first. I do like Spotify for the mashups, the mixtapes, the playlist.
Oh, gotcha.
Because that is the one thing that can get you, like, where, if you've ever listened to, like, a mix on Spotify, and you're like, who is that? That was cool. It'll be like Springsteen or whatever you're listening to, but then something will pop in. So they are good for that. So I just try to look at it like, I'm not thinking of those sites as, like, hopefully I'll get a big check for $7 in 6 months,
Yeah, I hear.
But it's like, it's good to spread the word, so that's what I try to use it for. But as far as like, so you can find it on all that stuff. Apple Music, I think, pays better than Spotify, but whatever.
We got to get somebody on here one of these days, John Bon Jovial, from the streaming organizations, and discuss the payment situation and what's going on, who pays the better and why. And I think that'd be a great discussion to have on the show one day. But for the moment, we're discussing Jangling Sparrows. And I know you want to get in here and say something, John, so why don't you take the mic?
I certainly do. And, Paul, it's great to have you back again. Just touching a little bit on what we were just discussing. I know it's not like the old days where you go down to Tower Records and Tapes and pick up the latest LP and the artist gets a much better royalty off of it than they are now. technology is good for some things, not good for other things. And unfortunately, the music business, I think, has suffered because of it. But I wanted to get back with you on Jangling Sparrows.